She stood on a bridge in a sparkling green dress, smiling at the man she was about to marry. But beside her, in the same dress, stood her twin sister, still attached to her body. He kissed his bride, while her sister turned her head away, because Carmen wasn't marrying alone. She was marrying with her conjoined twin sister by her side, and somehow they made it work. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today's story is one of the most beautiful, bizarre, and emotional tales you'll ever hear. It's about love that defied biology, a relationship that challenged everything we think we know about marriage, identity, and what it means to be two people sharing one life. This is the true story of Carmen and Lupita Andrade, two sisters, one body, and a wedding no one thought was possible. It all started in Mexico, 1998. Carmen and Lupita Andrade came into the world as conjoined twins, fused from the chest down. Doctors didn't think they would survive a week. Their tiny shared body confused the medical team. Their parents were told the cruel truth. There's no way to separate them safely, and they probably won't live long anyway. But Carmen and Lupita did something no one expected. They kept living, and not just living, thriving. The family moved to the United States when the girls were infants, chasing better medical care and a chance at something close to normal. As children, they learned to walk together. Carmen controlled the right leg. Lupita controlled the left. They had to choreograph every single step, like dancers sharing one rhythm. Brushing teeth, turning corners, getting out of bed. Everything required cooperation. They shared a pelvis. They shared internal organs, but they didn't share everything. Carmen and Lupita are two different people, different minds, different personalities, different voices. One is soft-spoken, introverted. The other is witty, sarcastic, and loves to roast her sister on TikTok. Growing up, they were stared at, photographed, pointed at in the grocery store. People whispered. Others asked horrifying questions. But Carmen and Lupita developed thick skin and sharp wit. And if you ask them how it feels to be conjoined, they'll tell you, this is our normal. Their whole lives were built around each other. They were never apart, not for a minute. And still, Carmen wanted something that would be hers alone. She wanted to fall in love. Carmen knew dating wouldn't be easy. But what she didn't expect was just how cruel the world could be. Most people couldn't see past the medical condition. Many were confused. Some were cruel and others were disturbingly curious. I got a lot of creepy messages from guys with fetishes, Carmen once admitted. They didn't see me. They saw a situation they wanted to try. But one day she got a message from someone named Daniel, and it was different. No questions about her body, no awkward jokes. He just asked what she liked to do for fun. They talked for days, then weeks, until finally they decided to meet. Carmen was terrified. She had anxiety about leaving the house, let alone going on a date. But Lupita encouraged her. "If you don't go, I'll go in your place," she teased. At the cafe, Daniel walked in and smiled at both sisters. Not in a forced or uncomfortable way, just naturally. Over coffee, Carmen laughed harder than she had in years. Daniel looked at her the way no one else ever had. Not like a science experiment, not like a charity case, like a person, a woman, a potential partner. And Lupita? She sat beside her sister, sipping tea, watching, protective, but smiling, because Carmen was glowing. He talked mostly to Carmen, but always included Lupita. And by the end of that coffee, Carmen felt something she hadn't in years: hope. The relationship blossomed. Daniel started visiting regularly. He learned how their daily routine worked. He got to know Lupita too. And somehow, the three of them formed their own kind of balance. Carmen says, When he sleeps over, I fall asleep first, and he stays up talking with Lupita. It wasn't a love triangle. It wasn't weird. It was just life. Their life. A kind of normal the rest of us don't understand. Sometimes Lupita would pop in headphones and scroll her phone to give them privacy. Other times all three would talk for hours. Daniel and Lupita became friends. Not romantically, of course. Lupita is asexual. But she said it herself. I'm not looking for love, but Carmen is. And if this guy makes her happy, then I'm happy too. Years passed. Carmen and Daniel became serious. They talked about marriage. Children weren't in the cards. Medically, it wasn't possible. But that didn't matter. They already felt like family. Then one night, Daniel asked the big question, and Carmen said yes, but not before she asked her sister, "Are you sure this is okay?" "I'm not doing this without you." And Lupita smiled. "You're not doing this without me. We do everything together, including weddings." The ceremony took place in October 2024 on a bridge called Lover's Leap in New Milford, Connecticut, surrounded by trees, close family, and love. Carmen wore an emerald green gown. Lupita wore the same. They walked side by side down the bridge toward Daniel. The officiant looked at them all and smiled. This wasn't about proving anything to the world. It was about love, raw, real, and deeply felt. And Daniel's vows? They moved everyone to tears. "I love you, Carmen, and I respect the bond you share with your sister. I'm not just marrying you. I'm joining your life, the life you've built together." Then Carmen cried. Lupita wiped both their tears. And when Daniel leaned in for the kiss, Lupita turned her head away and said, "Okay, you. Let's wrap this up." The photo from that day went viral. Two sisters, side by side in gowns. One groom, one body. 3 hearts full of joy. The internet exploded. Some people were confused, some were cruel, but most were inspired, because love had won. Today the 3 of them live together in the same home. Daniel, Carmen, and Lupita, plus their dog. They split chores, share space, and laugh a lot. They found their own rhythm. No, it's not traditional. It's not what people expect. But it works. And that's all that matters. When asked if she regrets anything, Carmen said, "Not at all. I'm happy. I never thought I'd have a love story like this. But here it is." And Lupita? She grins and says, "I got a brother-in-law out of it, and a front row seat to the weirdest love story ever." Thank you all for watching. If this story made you feel something, anything, please give it a like, drop a comment, and share it with someone who still believes love has rules, because this story proves it doesn't. Carmen and Lupita showed us that identity isn't defined by biology. Love isn't limited by what makes sense. And happiness sometimes looks like a wedding dress, shared between sisters. They didn't break the rules. They just lived without them. And they gave us a story no one will forget. As Carmen once posted, "Don't waste time thinking you're too different to be loved. There is someone out there for every soul. I found mine, and he found us." I've left all the sources linked in the description if you want to check them out.